welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I know that a lot of you loved the Smurf collection that we are currently building, dare I say Smurf Army. I have included them more in the frame today so you can see all of them. I really want to show you all of them, but today's video is not that one that we're going to do that because today's video is really serious and it has to do with the fact that James Charles, yet again, has been exposed for basically being the worst. We're gonna get into absolutely everything. Now, one thing I do want to say, I don't mean to take the video down to a really weird place or anything like that, and I'm not gonna get upset, I'm not gonna cry, but if you pray, if you have good energy, if you have whatever, I would really appreciate it coming towards the way of my OG baby, Tyler, my little kitty. His health has been deteriorating within the past 24 hours, 48 hours, and it looks like there could be a possibility of there being a tumor or cancer or something like that. And he's on a lot of medication, and again, he's I can't even recognize him. Like, just the past 24 hours, like, sorry, I don't mean to be bringing the video down to this place, but that's what I've been dealing with all of today, and I would really appreciate any good energy, any good vibes or whatever, because Lord, we need it. The next few days are going to be really crucial, and I can't imagine losing my baby. So anything, I would appreciate the good vibes. I would appreciate it. I really, really, really would for Tyler. And yeah, so I will keep you updated. I know a lot of people were asking on my social medias because I just posted about it. So yeah, it's been a long day at the vets. He is home right now. He's in the other room sleeping and resting. He's on a lot of antibiotics and stuff like that. However, he now will be going into the medication of trying to see if it's a tumor or just not, and then surgery and all these different things. So it's been a very, very, very hectic day. So I would appreciate, the reason I'm bringing it up is because I would really appreciate as many like to Tyler as possible. Anyway, we're gonna bring it back to the video, but I just did want to say that because it's on my mind. It has been, and I really would love like all the energy, please. So anyway, on with the video. Come on, Adam, back into, okay. There we go. So I saw this on Twitter today, this morning. It was the first thing I saw on Twitter today. Or I actually saw it on TikTok last night. And I was like, oh, this is probably like, because it was a guy speaking up about James, and I scrolled past it and I didn't think anything of it because I was like, oh, like, I've already seen this one. Isn't that so bad that I can say, by the way, oh, I've already seen this one. I've already seen this person speaking up against James, making them uncomfortable. This straight person speaking about James, like, basically like, fucking harassing them in DMs and then being really aggressive after they don't want James. I've already seen this one. No, it was another one. It was another one. And we're just gonna get right into it because I don't want to delay it. And I want you to like hear this stuff. So this thread was put really well together by Tommy Gabriel on Twitter, shout out. We're gonna go through all of this. James Charles is back flirting and making straight men uncomfortable. The alleged screenshots reveal the benefits of being James Charles's boyfriend in his own words. So this is a text that James Charles has genuinely written, read, went, ooh, that's good, and then went, send. So this is a text that James Charles sent this guy, and this guy's called David, and David is now showing it, and basically because James was getting jealous that this person David was also interested in a girl, and James, which we're gonna see, starts sending him all these videos about I know you're straight, and all these, so really not a good start. And before I read it, want to bring the conversation to how many times has James apologized for this? How many times has James said, I'm gonna do better? How many times has James said, I've learned from all these different things? My thing is, a lot of people are saying, like, if this guy is straight and he's responding to these messages and blah, 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 it's equally, you know, his fault or whatever. Like, there's a lot of people saying that online. And here's my thing. If this guy is dead set straight and he knows that, he's not in the bit curious, he's not even, you know, on the spectrum of bisexual or any of these things, right? And he's texting with James and he's doing it as a joke, it's James's fault. James is the one who knows the risk of doing this, has been exposed many times for making like the men uncomfortable, being so forward, all using your social media platform, all these different things. So I really am sorry. Maybe it's just because I'm in a bad mood today. I don't care if someone is trolling or lying on James to get, like, these things to then get screenshots to, like, make fun of him on social media. Because James is dumb enough to have done it with young boys, then men, and, like, nice. So I have no sympathy. So all these people are like, it's equally David's fault for, you know, engaging in it if he's not interested. No, sorry. I may be taking the fucking wrong take here, whatever like that. And again, I'm not in the best mood. But all I'm saying is, if James is continuously going to do this, he's probably done this to many other people, and he deserves to continue getting called out for it, because he's now showing that he didn't mean his apology. He's gonna continue doing all this stuff, and we have no idea if he's done this to many other people since that last "I'm gonna do better" video. Anyway, let's get to the text. I can't believe it. I really can't. Well, I actually can't believe it, but I thought he was gonna be a little bit more careful. So here we go. James Charles Instagram. So these are texts from James. It's a really lucrative role. It's called My Boyfriend. Requirements. Oh, there's requirements. There's requirements. 6'2" or over. You have to be 6'2" or over. Must love escape rooms, horror movies, and cuddling. Must have a big dick. And here's the one that gets me. You must have armpit hair. Now, if you remember, a couple months ago, whenever we made the last video talking about James messaging, I don't want to say boy because I'm not aware of the age of this particular one that he was talking about the armpit hair. So I'm just going to say James messaging this person, because again, I don't know if it was, you know, one of the ones or one of the other ones. Do you remember James being like, armpit hair, send armpit hair, like, what, all these different things, or something along those lines, right? Don't quote me directly, but if you watch the videos that we made, you remember it. There was a big conversation about James loving armpit hair. And here we have him again, must have armpit hair. It's just so, like, anyway. And an occasional FaceTime call. What a beautiful relationship. That's what being in a relationship with James Charles is, an occasional FaceTime call. The salary is $0, but it's a good job offer, I think. Here's the best part. The perks, oh, there's perks, include a cute boyfriend with a great personality and a huge ass, free living in a $10 million house in LA, fun travel opportunities, good head, and more. Speaking of good head, with the deep throat spray, using code ADAM50 on... This video is not sponsored. I do have an affiliate code with them, but this video is not sponsored. I just thought that would be a good segue. James, you need to use code ADAM50 on adamandeve.com. 50% off. This video is not sponsored. I do have an affiliate code, so I don't need to say hashtag ad. I do have an affiliate code, but they're not paying me for this video. I just said it because it's a good fucking deal. Anyway. Perks include a cute boyfriend with a great personality, huge ass, free living, $10 million house in LA, fun travel opportunities, good head, and more. Here's the thing. Before we get to the videos... First of all, cringe, ick. James Charles must literally be the worst person to be around. Hear me out. James Charles must have the worst personality of all time. Because it's been 6 years now that we've been reading shit like this, where he's practically begging people to give him any attention, men and boys, to give him attention. Like, it's not even like desperation. Remember where he sat down and was like, oh, I was desperate. What is this? Is this desperate? Or what the fuck? Like, is there a different, like, level? If you are literally using free living in my $10 million house, travel opportunity, all these different things, and they still don't want you, you must be an awful person. Like, that's not even, like, I'm genuinely being dead honest. And you know where I'm coming out with this. I can't believe that we're now on, like, 5-6 years of reading these fucking texts from different people, so many of them, by the way, where he's practically saying all of the good things about being with him. Why do you have to, like, sell yourself materialistically? If you do have this great opportunity, or the great opportunity is being with him, apparently. Great personality. Like, it is so weird. So weird. Like, whenever I've gone on dates, what I don't necessarily like talking about is things that, like, are like pros and cons of like dating me, or I don't want to hear about your pros and cons about dating you. I want to get to know you, you get to know me, and that's not us sitting down and being like, okay, nice ass, big dick, armpit hair. Like, it's like an application process for the worst job in the entire world. Like, this is so cringy. So cringy. Anyway, it goes on. So, James attempts to convince David to FaceTime him. David also alleges that James sent him 2 illicit photos after David declined to send a selfie to James. So, we do have the TikTok, and it says, him trying to convince me to FaceTime him. He sent me 2, whatever that word says, photos after I kept declining to send a selfie. Now, here's my thing. This is embarrassing. Like, this is embarrassing that, like, he's still, begging strangers on the internet for attention. Like, that really goes to show that you can have all the attention in the world, but you're still not happy with yourself. And I don't mean that in a rude way. I genuinely don't. YouTube, don't flag this video. What I mean is, James Charles, millions of views on all social media platforms, millions of likes, well, back in the heyday, all these different things, but still, you're, like, directly begging individuals for attention. And I do believe that at a certain level, when you get to a certain level, it's lonely. That doesn't excuse being, like, I'm not gonna say the word, but whatever. Okay, here we go. So, here's the first video.
So if I'd be like, oh my god, David, you're annoying, over text, right? You don't know if I'm saying, like, oh my god, David, you're being annoying. Or like, oh my god, David, you're being annoying. Or like, oh my god, David, you're being fucking annoying. Because all 3 of those are completely different.
What a charmer. And by the way, at the time it's being screen recorded, there's like more messages coming in. Does James work? Like, or does James just like sit on his fucking DMs all day?
Different, like, emotions that you cannot see through text. You only get to actually experience those through a FaceTime call or through being in person. Even over the phone, you still miss out on things because you're missing somebody's facial expressions, right? So, because you refuse to hang out with people or because you refuse to FaceTime, you're not allowing people to actually get...
So he's like, James, move on. He's like, you're refusing to want to talk to me. James, this is humiliating. This is humiliating. Like, I genuinely mean humiliating. Like, this is... Listen, I've been delusional in my day. Me as 20 years old in my day. I've been so hopelessly in love with the idea of someone. Because I've never been in love. But I've been in love with the idea of a person, or an idea that I, curate in my head about a person, which they never are. You know, all these different things, right? I've never stooped this low. Never. And I have a lot of friends who are similar to me, where we like fall really easily. We've never stooped this far. Like, this would be so... James, do you have a humiliation, like, degrading kink? I'm not judging, but I'm being genuinely curious. James, if you're watching this video, please comment down below, or DM me. Do you? Because... And again, YouTube, don't take this video down. Like, this happens on your social media platforms, so like, come on now. Your social media platforms are being used to find these people that he's messaging, so don't. So it's like, what the fuck? And he's on this platform as well, YouTube. He's talked about the fact he's not gonna do this anymore, and he has, so like this is really degrading. I need to hype myself up to play the rest.
Get to know you as a human being, and that's a massive, massive problem whenever it comes to being in a relationship with somebody. You cannot fall in love with somebody simply just from text. So if I be like, oh my god, David, you're annoying, over
You cannot simply fall in love with someone over text. It's so crazy he said that. Because I agree with him. But the fact that you have to say that. You can't fall in love with someone over text, so give me attention on a FaceTime call. It's so weird. So weird. Anyway, there's more. So, James messages David on TikTok to age check him. After the check, they move to Instagram or Instagram vanish mode. So I guess Instagram vanish mode is it doesn't show that you're following the person. I don't know. So here we see James saying, or well, this is on TikTok. Anyway, we have a message from James on TikTok saying, age check please. So here we see James Charles using his For You page as Tinder, which he was exposed for last year and he said he wouldn't do again. He said that he wouldn't. There was a video of him being like, I, scroll on my For You page and, message people, whatever like that. He got called out for it and he apologized for it. Here he's doing it again, where he's directly messaging someone with the intent of trying to hook up, date them, whatever. You're doing it again. You're literally doing what you said you weren't going to do anymore. Alright. David has a text conversation with a friend saying what similar articles about past guys are... Sorry, let me phrase it better. David messages his friend saying that he thinks what's happening to him is what's happening to other guys that James has done with in the past with, like, text. The friend says he doesn't stop. So, literally, new message from James. I want to look this person up on Instagram. Because they have the username in there. And I, want to see this. Okay. Okay, here we go. 3,000 followers, 0 following. Oh my god, I need to figure out how to do vanish mode on Instagram. I love that, where it's like you're following no people. Or maybe he just doesn't follow anyone. I mean, this person's Instagram is literally just a bunch of workout pictures and showing that he's very tall. Yeah. What's on his story? Workout pictures and videos? Sure. Alright. Alright, so here we have messages to Aaron. Shout out Aaron. Muckers love you, Aaron. No fucking idea who you are. The message... I wonder if Aaron's watching this. Hi, Aaron. Comment down below or DM me. So Aaron says, the message from him at the top, straight to hell. It's funny, everything I read about the article is the stuff that he's saying. So David is saying that everything he's done to other people, he's doing to me. He doesn't stop, Aaron says. Woke. Yeah, he messaged me damn well, he messaged me, damn, we'll have a good night then, David, which is basically whenever he doesn't get what he wants, he's like, alright then, I'm leaving, good night. Imagine you send him the article, Aaron says. Aaron, we're like connected, you're wanting to start shit, I love it, I love it. James knew he was straight in his vanish video he sent to David, attempting to make David feel wrong for saying no to a FaceTime or meeting in person. So then we have this one, which, again, is the one we were watching, which is...
So it might be like, oh my god, David, you're annoying.
This one?
Text, right?
Again.
Saying like, oh my god, David, you're being annoying.
So, it's that video, and it's basically, James knew he was straight in the vanish video, and he's attempting to make David feel wrong for saying no to a FaceTime call. James is getting allegedly jealous over the girl that David follows on Instagram. James mentions his body count. Romantic. And said to David, I just lost my competition with her. Well, whatever the hell that means. So here we have these texts. James, here we go, we see him. I'm trying to see which of my friends are also staying here. Also, who's Aaron, whatever, this username. So I guess the Aaron we're speaking about. Haha. So honored to be one of the 2 people that you follow. So here we have James confronting someone that he's barely talking about, that basically he's jealous. Is this maybe why we've never been in a relationship, James? Possibly. Ha ha ha, she's a girl I'm texting. I find it hard to find people that are actually interesting to talk about. James responds, wow, my competition, eh? Well, I'm cuter. And then David responds, LOL, you guys are both great. And James responds, ouch. Then David says, I only met her yesterday through a dating app. And then James says, oh my god, and you already followed her? Bro. Anyway, it goes on. So, vanish mode. Some messages will disappear when you close the chat. What the fuck? Wait, James is now messaging well, I don't know, I assume not under the age of 18, I would hope. He's now messaging people under vanish mode, which means that the messages disappear. Please! James says, I'ma be so real with you. I just lost my competition with her. What does this mean? If you count actual sex, my body count is like 4. Okay, alright. What does that add? But I don't even know how many guys I've hooked up with. So he's now talking about, allegedly talking about, these are all alleged DMs, allegedly talking about that this person, Aaron, like, has slept with more people than him. Again, all these messages are alleged. This is all stuff that is on, like, the internet and all like that. Take it with a pinch of salt. However, we've seen a lot of things like this before. I'm just doing that disclaimer, so whenever I'm in court and this video gets shown, I can be like, look, Judge Judy, I said it right there. And Emily G. Baker's watching it on, like, a YouTube live stream, and Emily goes, I taught him well. Alright, and then we have 7 of 7. After David goes to TikTok to release the screenshots, James sent him a message saying, go fuck yourself, David. So, again, by the way, the messages apparently aren't showing because it's vanish mode, they disappear. Go fuck yourself, David. Alright. Bonus, video confirming that James Charles knew the guy was straight.
So obviously being that you are straight, I would assume that you don't know a lot about, like... So obviously being that you are straight, I would assume that you don't know a lot about, like... So obviously being that you are straight, I would assume that you don't know a lot about, like... So obviously being that you are straight, I would assume that you don't know a lot about, like... So obviously being that you are straight, I would assume that you don't know a lot about, like... So obviously being that you are...
A lot about what? A lot about what? James! James! What is, like, yuck! How do we feel about this? Let's talk about it down below. If you guys are opinionated enough, we'll make a part 2. Reading through all the responses, so let me know. Yuck, 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 icky, 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 icky. Well, another one to the list, James.